what is market integration? So first, i-define muna natin kung ano yung market and integration. So sabi dito, market is where the exchange of goods and services takes place, or ito yung place where people go buy or sell things. While integration is a set of affairs or a process of involving attempts to combine separate national economic regions. And integration also shows the relationship of the firm in a market. The extent of integration influences the conduct of the firms and subsequently their marketing efficiency. So meaning ito yung pagsasama-sama ng mga firm or company within a particular market, or yung relationship and union ng mga firm within a particular market. So now let us know what market integration is. So market integration refers to how easily two or more markets can trade with each other. It occurs when prices among different locations or related goods follow similar patterns over a long period of time. Groups of prices often move proportionally to each other, and when this relation is very clear among different markets, it is said that the markets are integrated. So, market integration from the word integration, uniting different things. So, dito, these are the integration of different companies or firms in the world, like when we merge. It shows how easily two or more markets can trade with each other. Market integration happens when prices in different locations and related goods follow similar patterns, or kapag yung prices ng bawat goods ay same o hindi nagkakalayo, meaning there is a market integration. So next, Coles and all have defined market integration as a process which refers to the expansion of firms by consolidating additional marketing functions and activities under a single management. And according to Cambridge Dictionary, market integration in which separate markets for the same product become one single market. So, ayun, itong market integration, para siyang SRP o yung suggested retail price, kasi related siya sa tinatawag na regulated market in which na nagkakaroon ng intervention dahil sa gobyerno dun sa pagkontrol ng mga prices sa mga market. In connection to this market integration, ay kung ano talaga yung presyo na ini-implement ng government o kung ano mang nag-i-implement nun ay dapat sundan. For example, if ever na nagbaba ng price sa isang market ay dapat magbaba din sa ibang market. And if nagtaas naman yung price ay dapat magtaas din sa iba. Yung mga market na to ay may chance to adjust pricing in order to deal with the new circumstances surrounding the demand, as well as adjust other factors such as production.
How does market integration happen? Markets are integrated if prices among different locations move in a similar patterns. Given that, the differences between prices is explained by the transfer and transaction costs as food flows between the locations. Analyzing market integration is done by comparing prices in different locations. Okay, so yung magandang example dito ay yung supply ng patatas. For example, ako taga Batangas, ako yung si seller, tapos yung buyer ko ay taga Maynila. So, pag binentahan ko siya ng 20 pesos na patatas, pwede niyang ibenta yun ng 30 pesos. Bakit? Bukod yung tubo niya, syempre isasama din niya doon yung nagastos niya sa transaction niya, yung biyahe at saka yung shipping fee. Idadagdag niya doon, kaya mas mataas yung presyo. Ngayon, pag nagtaas ako ng presyo, syempre magtataas din siya. Pag nagbaba ako ng presyo, magbababa din siya. Okay, so yung maganda pang example dito ay dito sa amin sa Taal Volcano. Isipin nyo magkano lang yung presyo ng tubig dito sa atin. Yung mineral water, di ba 10 pesos hanggang 15 pesos lang. Pero pagdating mo dun sa Taal, dun mismo sa bulkan, pag dun ka bumili, ibinebenta nila yun ng 100 pesos ang isa. Bakit? Kasi aangkat pa sila dito Pupunta pa sila dito sa bayan, tapos magbabangka pa sila papunta ulit dun sa pulo, tapos iakit pa nila ng kabayo papunta doon sa may bulkan. 'Di ba? So madaming gastos kaya kailangan nilang habulin yung nagastos nila sa pagpapataw ng mas mataas na tubo. Okay, isa pang example ay yung sa supply at demand. Okay, so ipapasok ko na dito yung sa business ko, yung sa rabbit tree. Ngayon kasi bumabagsak na yung rabbit tree business dito sa Pilipinas. Kasi sa kakunti yung gustong bumili, ngayon ang ginagawa na lang ng mga seller ay ibinebenta na lang nila ng mura. Di bali nang malugi sila, at least maubos yung benta nila. So paano nangyayari yon? Sa Tanawan kasi, Tanawan, Maynila, mataas yung supply ng rabbit, madami nagtitinda. Kaso kukunti yung nabili. So ang nangyayari, hindi na kalidad yung pinaglalabanan. Presyo na lang. Wala na silang pakialam kung anong lahi ng rabbit yan, maganda ba yan o hindi. Basta ibebenta ko yun ng 150 ang isa. Unlike dito sa amin, sa Talisay, mas mataas yung demand kaysa sa supply. Nami-maintain ko yung standard price na rabbit. Sila ibinebenta nila ng 150, ako nabebenta ko to ng 450 hanggang 500. Kasi maganda yung supply at demand dito sa amin. Kakunti kaming nagse-seller, kakunti kaming seller, madami naman yung buyer namin.
Related market where market integration occurs. Stock market integration. This is a condition in which stock market and different countries spend together and reflect same expected risk-adjusted return. Two markets are perfectly integrated if investor can be passed from one market to another without paying any extra cost, and if there are possibilities of arbitration which ensure the equivalence of stock prices on the both markets. Kumbaga po, ang investor ay maaaring dumaan sa market patungo sa isa pang market nang hindi nagbabayad ng karagdagang gastos. Then, consumers gain from market integration because it broadens the range of financial services and investment options available to them and services competition in the provision of those services. Next is financial market integration. It is an open market economy between countries facilitated by a common currency and the elimination of technical, regulatory, and tax difference to encourage free flow of capital and investment across borders. Emergence of similar patterns within the capital, stock, and financial market, with those trends coming together to exert a profound influence on the economy of that nation is involved in the integration within a nation. Sinasabing market integration provide a number of social benefits, including broadening the range of financial services and investment opportunities available to consumers and increasing competition in the provision of those services. In addition, integrated financial markets act as a private risk-sharing mechanism that facilitates the smoothing of both economic and financial cycles in domestic economies. Moreover, market integration enables greater risk diversification, thereby contributing to more effective risk management and to financial stability.
So, global corporation. A global corporation is a business that operates two or more countries. It also goes by the name multinational company. Several advantages are offered by global expansion of business over running a strictly domestic company. Success in different types of economies is achieved by means of multiple countries' operation, while causes are also logistic and cultural challenges. Expanding revenue opportunities and diversifying business risks are the purposes of becoming global corporation. Access to more customers and capital is obtained through a model that works domestically well and translates foreign markets well. Okay, it is mentioned already, the term global means around the world. But if you are operating in one country and you are selling products around the world, and shipping them to a customer in another country, while you in the Philippines does not mean you are a global company. It takes more than that to be called or to earn the name of global company. You need to introduce not only your products but also your company name or business to people who live in another country. Example, one can find more customers in a country whose economy is vibrant and expanding in light of a stagnant local and domestic economy or market share that has shit a play to. And malaking advantage ng global corporation sa industriya ng business. Kasi hindi lang sila dumedepende sa kita ng isang corporation within a certain country, kundi pati sa ibang branches nila around the world. Meaning to say, they have access to a larger quantity of customers. Aside from that, pwede rin nilang piliing pagtayuan ng kumpanya yung mga developed countries na may mataas na economic status para mas ma-benefit sila. So, ang example natin sa global corporation is yung Coca-Cola. Thus, Coca-Cola sells their beverages in more than 200 countries around the world. And that's global corporation.
Historical periods of global corporation. An approach to the study of globalization that locates the phenomenon itself in early patterns of trade and exchange is known as historical globalization. So yun guys, familiar naman tayo dun sa word na globalization, di ba? Alam natin na yun yung pandaigdigan transaction. Andito na pumapasok yung palitan ng data, ng information, ng produkto, ng pagkain, tapos yun, sad to say, smugglings, gamblers, drugs, kasi hindi naman talaga hindi na nasusunod yung talagang purpose ng globalization. Kasi alam naman natin na pag may magandang epekto, syempre hindi nawawala yung masamang epekto. And in early historical periods, as both cities and countries extended their reach beyond their own borders, a form of globalization was initiated, which then followed complex pattern of interactive engagement organized through trade and industry, directly influenced by the emergent and subsequently dominant technologies, especially in shipping and navigation. Combination of invention and social organization resulting to increase in worldwide capital and wealth of the nation is allowed by modern nation-state system that emerged in the period prior to the end of World War II. American corporation led the economic recovery and expansion after the World War II destructions. This period up to re-entry of Japanese and European corporation to the global scene is viewed as multinational corporation or yung MNC na tinatawag natin. From the end of the World War II to the present is considered the period of transformation of global corporation.
And now let's proceed to the finance function in a global corporation. As corporations go global, capital market open up within them, giving companies a powerful mechanism for arbitrage across national financial market. Chief Financial Office or CFO must balance the opportunities with the challenges of operating in multiple environments in managing their internal markets in building an advantage. So, meaning, as enterprises become more global, internal capital markets emerge, providing a significant opportunity for arbitrage across national financial markets. So, CFO must balance the opportunities with the constraint of operating in numerous contexts while managing their internal markets to gain an advantage. So, by exploiting their internal capital markets, CFO can create value in three functions. So, first we have financing. A group tax bill can be reduced by the CFO, like borrowing in countries with high tax rate and lending to operation in countries with lower rates. So, a CFO can lower a company tax bill by in high tax nation and lending to operation in lower tax countries. So, however, the global CFO must cognizant of the risk associated with strategic finance, putting debt on the shoulder of subsidiary managers. So for instance, they can cloud their profit performance. And the second one is risk management is the management of risk. So when we say risk management, global firms can offset natural currency exposures through worldwide operations instead of managing currency exposures through financial markets. So global enterprises can balance inherent currency risk through their international operation rather than managing currency exposures through the financial market. So however, the mass local unit performance making it difficult or making it harder for headquarters to evaluate local managers and for financial managers to take purely speculative position. And the last one is capital budgeting or budgeting for capital expenditures. Getting smarter on valuing investment opportunities, CFO can add value. CFO can provide value by becoming more knowledgeable about how to value investment prospect. However, taking a too formal approach may attract managers to cheat the system, resulting in a result that is at variance with the company's goal. By inventorying their skill and assuring their adaptation to institutional variance and alignment with corporate goals, the CFO can assist their global financial operations in making the most of their potential. So yun nga, to achieve this goal, a global finance department must place decision making at the geographic level where other strategic decisions are taken, circulate finance experts across different institutional environments, and codify procedure that may be changed to suit local situations.
So next is foreign direct investment. So foreign direct investment or FDI was of corporate origin. It is a major driver of extended global corporate development. It is an investment made by a company or individual in one country in business interest in another country, in the form of either establishing business operations or acquiring business asset in the other country, such as ownership or controlling interest in a foreign company. And the key feature of foreign direct investment is that it is an investment made that establishes either effective control of or at least substantial influence over the decision-making of a foreign business. So, FDI is a transaction in which a person or company from one country invests in another. This could be a new enterprise or an investment in a foreign-owned business. It is a type of cross-border kung saan yung resident in one company ay nag-establish ng long-term interest and maximize the efficiency over an enterprise resident in another economy. And itong FDI is an important component ng international integration dahil nagka-create siya ng stable and long-term linkage between economies. FDI is also a significant channel for the transfer of technology between countries. Nagpo-promote din siya ng international trade through access to foreign market and has the potential to be a powerful tool for economic development.
So, when we say foreign direct investment, nagpo-pertain siya sa pag-invest ng company o isang individual sa other business sa ibang bansa, na hindi lamang sa pamamagitan ng pera kundi nangangailangan din ng kakayahang mag-manage o mag-develop ng technologies. Pwedeng ang purpose ng pag-invest ay para maangkin yung ownership sa kumpanya, specifically kapag may nakamalaki yung percentage sa share, o kaya naman para may hahati sa pamamahala sa kumpanya. The company who both shares an asset will also put a subsidiary building or associate of them to further manage and control the interests and to widen their branch to strengthen their connections in nasabing foreign country.
Now let's discuss the BRICS economies. BRICS, when we say BRICS, is an acronym for the combined economics of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. BRIC without South Africa was originally coined in 2003 by Goldman Sachs, which speculates that by 2050, these four economies will be the most dominant. Meaning, Brazil, Russia, India, and China, or BRIC, are developing countries that are expected to be the future dominating suppliers of manufactured goods, services, and raw materials by 2050. So, yung China and India will overtake the United States as the world leading providers of manufactured of goods and services. While yung Brazil and Russia naman, they overtake the United States as the world leading suppliers of raw materials. Critics say that the country's raw materials are infinite and that the growth model overlooks the finite nature of fossil fuels, uranium, and other essential and heavily utilized resources. So, this country's growth is attributable to lower labor and production costs. In 2011, South Africa was added to the BRIC groupings as the fifth country. So South Africa joined the group, which is now known as BRICS, in 2011. So many businesses point to the BRIC countries as a potential source of international expansion or foreign direct investment, or FDI. Expansion of foreign corporation occurs in countries with promising economies in which to invest. So si Goldman Sachs, the company that invented the term, also established an investment fund focused on BRIC markets. So in following a decline in the economic's development expectations, it merged that fund with a broader emerging markets fund in 2015.
General Agreement on Trade in Services or yung GATS na tinatawag. It is the first multilateral agreement covering trade in services which was negotiated during the last round of multilateral trade negotiations, called the Uruguay Round, and came into force in 1995. The two primary objectives of GATS are to ensure that all signatories are treated equitably when accessing foreign markets, and second, to promote progressive liberalization of trade and services, elimination of technical, regulatory, and tax differences to encourage free flow of capital and investment across borders. So para mas maintindihan natin kung ano ba talaga yung GATS, ito daw ay isang World Trade Organization agreement that is first multilateral agreement provide legally enforceable rules covering all international trade services and investment in the service sector. Attached to the framework agreement are annexes dealing with rules or specific sectors, movement of natural person, air transport, financial services, and telecommunications. The agreement also provides for exemption to the principles of national treatment and most favored nation treatment.